Hi, this is Mike Newcomb from the Japan Society of New York, and I get to talk with Laura Bailey today at the 2009 New York Anime Festival. Hi, Laura.
Hey, what's going on?
Nice to meet you. So you are here promoting a lot of the Funimation work, but the thing that's coming out soon is Soul Eater, right? And so can you tell me a little bit about your role on Soul Eater yet?
Yes, I'm allowed to talk about it finally.
Yes.
I'm playing Maka, who is, the name of the show is Soul Eater, but it should be called Maka Eater, because she's like totally the best character in the show.
And
Totally.
So what exactly does what does Maka do on the show? Is she? I understand it's about kids who go to school with other kids, and the kids become weapons for them to use against battling evil, and it's run by the Grim Reaper. Is that a good assumption? Yeah. And all right. So.
Well, each student at the school is either a Meister, which is the person that controls the weapon, or they're a weapon and they become some sort of instrument of destruction. And I play a Meister, and my weapon is a scythe, and I'm totally awesome with it. And she kicks butt. And they collect souls of bad things, and then they need to collect 99 souls to become a death scythe, and that means they're like the baddest ever.
Yeah, the baddest ever. I like that. That was the baddest mofo ever. So you have a lot of acting credits and voice acting credits that I got to see. One of my favorites I saw was Shin-Chan, and I didn't know that you play Shin-Chan because when I matched the voice to you, I wonder, where did you pull that from, like that voice?
Well, actually, when we originally auditioned for Shin-Chan, they wanted voice matches for the original Japanese. So, because it's kind of like if you went to Japan and watched The Simpsons and Bart sounded like totally different than English Bart, it'd be like jarring. So they wanted it to sound like Japanese Shin. And so I listened to it and it was so weird. This voice is so weird. And I had no idea what was going on because it's all in Japanese and I don't understand it. And so Zach, our director, just basically said, he's like, just picture it like you had a potato in your throat and try to talk through it. And so you basically just got to open up your throat and keep talking, and it works. So, yeah.
That's pretty cool. But so, voice acting obviously is a lot different where your voice is carrying the soul part of your performance. What was probably like the hardest role for you to perform in that regard, just trying to, nail the voice right or nail some part of the performance right? Are you just awesome all the time or something?
Different voices can be more difficult than others. Like anytime you're voicing, well, not necessarily Shin's like a not painful voice to do, but most voices, boy voices are kind of raspy, So really, one of the most painful ones I ever did was Kid Trunks in Dragon Ball Z. Okay. Because he's really raspy, so and he does all those power-ups, and he's always fighting and everything, and it's really hard because you might lose your voice, and then if you lose your voice, then you hold up production, and then people get mad at you, and then you got to get your voice back, and you're crying. So that can be difficult, but I'm trying to think. People like maybe a character like Marlene Angel in Blue Gender was also difficult because, she kind of runs the gambit in all sorts of emotions, and so that can be difficult to portray, while you're picking your nose.
Picking your nose. You do that often while you're in the studio? Oh, yeah, totally. Well, no big deal. So you also just recently did voice work for World of Warcraft, which is pretty huge, right? Yeah. And but have you done any? What's your most recent live action film role or anything like that?
Well, I moved out to California, I guess 2 years ago now, and since I've been out there, all I've been focusing on is voiceover. And so the last bit of live stuff that I did was in Dallas, and that was for an independent film called Dusk, which I think they're finishing up. It had a whole bunch of special effects, so I think they should be finishing it up sometime soon, and it might be released in blockbusters. Before that was a film that went to Sundance, which is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Called Four Sheets to the Wind, and it was pretty good. It's a good show.
You also do voice work for other things too, in addition to World of Warcraft and an endless list of anime. You a lot of video games too, I was going to say. And so what has been, video games are different because it's a very interactive experience for the participants. So they might not necessarily, like, do you have to record an endless amount of dialogue for things like that might never even get used in the game? And what's that process like? Because that's a different experience, I'd imagine, for you too.
It can be so weird if you're doing, oh gosh, when you're doing like a video game and your character can go into a store and they can buy things. Well, you have to go down the list and you have to say, well, I'd like to buy those grenades, but I don't have enough money. But you also have to say, I'd like to buy those grenades. I'd like to buy 2 grenades, And I mean, when you have like page after page after page of going, I'd like to buy that sword, but I don't have enough funds. I'd like to buy that sword, but I don't have enough money right now, So that can be.
And then, you're just going through that over and over again. So what has been your favorite part about coming to the anime festival this year so far? I mean, obviously it's only Friday, it's only the first day, but are you going to be here tomorrow and the next day promoting Soul Eater some more?
Yeah, tomorrow we have our big screening. It's when we're actually premiering the first 3 episodes, so that should be really awesome. And I'm excited because I haven't seen the episodes. Like, I haven't seen them finished. When you record, a lot of times with anime, you don't hear anybody but yourself because everybody records one person at a time. And since I live out of town, I have to fly in to do the recording. So a lot of times I'm recording before anybody else has because we're working ahead in the episodes. And so, yeah, I'm really, really excited.
Right, and and this is sometimes the first time that you get to meet other cast members on the show, right? Yeah.
Well, we just did, I met Micah, who plays Soul, and he's brand new to the voice acting world. He's so adorable. And I met him for the first time because we had to do a commentary for episode, an episode. And so I met him and we got to go into the booth and record together. It was pretty cool.
It's been a lot of fun too, doing commentary and everything. That's always a fun, anytime you listen to the commentary, I'm sure your fans will enjoy listening to that when the DVD comes out, of course. And so now that we are here though, this is my first anime festival. It really is, and whoa! And I really like, these fans are amazing, and you guys, as I said to Zach, the ADR director on Soul Eater, you guys are like rock stars at these things. Seriously, the line for autographs, you guys went over an hour, I think, from where you're supposed to, right?
Yeah, it went much longer than expected, but that's good, That's really good.
Is it ever weird for you to see, I'm sure you've probably seen a lot of iterations of it, but when people cosplay as a character you've portrayed, does that kind of mess with your head a little bit or anything?
I've gotten used to it. I've been doing voices for anime now for almost 10 years. So the Verst cons that I went to was pretty crazy. You see everybody in costume and you're like, what's going on? What is this? And now it's oh, you're dressed like Toru. Awesome. Oh, But I've never seen anybody dressed as a gunslinger girl.
Oh,
that's a challenge. I would like to see somebody dressed as a gunslinger girl.
So Laura Bailey has issued a challenge. She wants people to see dressed as one of the characters from Gunslinger Girl.
Particularly my character from Gunslinger. All the other characters, I don't care.
So now you guys are in New York until Sunday, right? Do you have anything in the city that you'd like to see at all?
I don't know. I want to go shopping.
Want to go shopping?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's plenty of places to do that in New York City, I've heard. Well, thanks a lot for talking with me, Laura. This is Mike Newcomb at the 2009 New York Anime Festival, talking with Laura Bailey. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.